What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. You know, basically the system let me act like a, whatever you want to call it, Amanda Waller, character in DC. If ever seen the movie Suicide Squad, that's the lady Viola Davis plays. So basically, she works for the government and she's ruthless, very ruthless, to the point where she wanted to be in a robot, I think, at a particular time. But the thing about her is she works within the government, within the system. So she has free reign to basically throw people under the bus at will. She just does that, that's her thing. And she kind of looks like she gets off on it. The reason I'm talking about this is because there was a video online about a young lady who got mad at her boyfriend and she keyed the car and busted the windows. And I think she sliced the tires and she threw the clothes on the front yard and bleached them. And she videotaped herself talking about, yeah, I did it. And I whipped this, you know what, and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, basically, you don't really think you're going to jail. And then there was a picture of a white lady, a Karen, defacing a statue of a black guy, and I forgot because it was a Confederate flag, Confederate statue at first. And they tore it down and put a black man up, and she just spray painted it, and they was videotaping her. My name is and and this is where and it became like racial or whatever. And the reason I'm saying this is because, and then taking into consideration, recently the young lady who was fighting, who got the brother killed because she was fighting online. And he tried to break up the fight, so she called somebody to fight for her, and the guy winds up shooting, quote unquote, her baby daddy, right? And then he goes to jail. But I don't think she went to jail for lying to the guy in the first place for him to come there. And I'm like, you're acting this way because, you really haven't had a serious consequence. That's why you can go around being Amanda Waller, because basically you already know, okay, I could do pretty much whatever I want and I won't be bothered at the end of the night. Somebody else is going to have to, pay for this. Somebody else is going to have to do time for this. Somebody else is going to have to actually deal with the repercussions of this, inside or outside. Somebody else's name is going to be on the ticket. So it's like, oh, okay. So since you know that, you're using the system to be a, evil person. Let's just say that. I was listening to somebody talking about how, and it was interesting to me. It's the Woman's Fair, actually. She was talking about how, I guess, parents manipulate their children against the other parent. And she was talking about it from a perspective where the guy, the father, had custody, and he was doing the mother like a typical, like guys talk about a typical baby mama would do a typical baby daddy, right? And how it was so wrong. And she was saying how it was some BS, and I'm listening to her, and I'm like, this is what guys go through on a normal basis. I get it. I'm not saying it's right, but it's, it kind of comes off wrong when a woman complains about being in the position of a baby daddy when women have been championing that position to treat a baby daddy like trash and to manipulate children against the father all the time. And this is another Amanda Waller situation where I could do whatever I want. You remember the video of the young lady who cut the little girl's hair off because dad got her hair done. And there's another video that was more recent where the young mother was like, "You did my baby hair, and I ain't gonna never see this kid, and this is what I'm talking about." And it's like, oh, okay, all right. You acting this way because you know the system is backing you acting this way. So it's like, okay, so you want to be Amanda Waller. So what happened what happens when, you know, just like in the comics, when people started dealing with Amanda Waller, they was like, okay, I'm dealing with a villain who works for the government. You know what I'm saying? A villain who works within the parameters of the government. So now, she's in some ways viewed as, what if the Joker worked for the FBI type of situation? I already know this lady gonna backstab me. She gonna kill me. She gonna get enjoyment out of it. You know, she's that person. So with that, with great power comes great responsibility. I guess that's technically a Marvel reference, right? That's Spider-Man. But what winds up happening is the people dealing with you start looking at you like, oh, okay, you're that person. The person that everybody has to tiptoe around or never meet, because if you even come into the room of my life, you already know the system got my back. So you can be the ultimate Karen. You can be just like a Karen, because, I can go here just like that. Is it TikTok or Instagram where they have the white girls crying and they turn it off and then they cut it off and they just make the straight face? You already know the police are going to side with you. So once you take that stance, it's like guys are looking at it like, oh, okay, the system gave you a position very, very detrimental to me as a human being, and it empowered you to act like a what, and you answer what the what of that could possibly be. So I'm done on this one. Like, share, subscribe, or die. Try and tell me what you think. Peace.